Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video I just wanted to quickly talk through how I did this landscape using just 3 colours to get a sense of distance. So it's important when you're a beginner to painting to know about colour and how some colours recede and others come forward. So your warmer colours like your yellow are always going to come forward and pop out at you, whereas your cool blues are going to recede and go away from you. So by using them with the blues in the background and the yellows in the foreground, you're already going to get a sense of depth and distance without actually too much effort. So we also need to know about perspective, obviously, and scale. Those are 2 other things that you're going to need in a painting to get that distance. However, I just really wanted to talk to you about the colour today. So the 3 colours I used were Cerulean Blue, Alizarin Crimson and Raw Sienna. I didn't use too much of the Alizarin Crimson because red is quite dominant and you'll soon make your mix far too red if you're not careful, so just be very sparing with your alizarin. So to begin with, the colours further back have a lot more blue in them. They also have a lot more water in them, and then as we come forward we end up with less water, more pigment, but more of the yellow and red than the blue. And when we get to the front here, we're going from blues and mauves, and then as we come forward they're much more green greys or browns, and then when we get to the right to the foreground they're just yellow on their own. So to begin with, the background I just did blue and yellow on the sky and allowed that to come all the way down. You'll see this in a minute on the full video. That was just the cerulean and the raw sienna, and then I allowed that to dry completely before I put the mixes on of the mountains. And the other lovely thing about cerulean is it granulates on the paper. The colours separate, and you'll see that here where they've separated and the yellows come away from the blue, and here, and that gives an impression of some distant, I don't know, could be rocks, it could be peaks and troughs in the mountain, it could be a shadow from a cloud. So you can get a nice impressionistic distant landscape without actually putting too much effort in, by allowing the paint to do its own thing, and this is a lovely thing about watercolours. So I can recommend you have a go at something like this. You don't necessarily have to use those 3 colours that I used. You could use any 3 primaries to do this, any blue that you would like to do, and just have a play and get to know your own paints, get to know how much water you need to be putting on and how much pigment you need to be putting in, because the only way that you're going to learn is by doing it repeatedly yourself and getting used to your own paints, brushes and paper, because that really makes a big difference to how much water's going on there, which is the vital thing. So this paper is £140 cold pressed, and it's a Clairefontaine one, so just a nice practice paper. And the brushes I used were a round number 10 synthetic, that's a little sable, I think that's a number 3 round, and an important brush to have if you've not got one is a nice big flat brush for putting on the initial wash of your sky there. So enjoy the rest of the video. I'll put some notes underneath about the colours that I'm using, but like I said, it's just those 3 in various mixes. And I look forward to seeing you again soon with more tutorials and demonstrations. In the meantime, if you want to comment, then please do so below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.